Hello, second grade Smarties, and welcome to Fundations Unit 6, Week 1, Day 4. So we are still exploring words with those vowel consonant E, with that long vowel sound, with that bossy E telling that first vowel what to do. But before we talk about some ways to spell words, let's do some drill sounds. Here we go. All right, Q-U, queen, qu. P, pan, p. Notice that I cut it off before I added an So P, pan, p. T, top, t. W, wind, w. All right, and let's do those vowel sounds, our short vowel sounds and our long vowel sounds. So I'm going to get these ready as flashcards. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to say it, and then I want you to repeat after me. Here we go. A, apple, a. A, safe, a. E, ed, e. E, Pete, e. I, itch, I. I, pine, I. O, octopus, ah. O, home, O. U, up, U, mule, U. And U, rule, oo. If that E is bossing a U around in a word, remember it can say you or ooh. All right, Smarties. So today is going to kind of be a funky day. So I am going to show you a word. First, I'm going to tell you the word, and then we're going to spell it together. And it's a word that you know because it's something you have on your body, and it is nose. What's the word? Nose. Let's tap out the word nose. N-O-Z. Nose. All right, and we are going to build it. N-O-Z. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a blank tile here. And what is going to make the O say its name? That busy, bossy E. Now, if you see on the word nose, I left a tile blank. Let's figure out what sound I left blank. N-O-Z. Nose. N-O-Z. Z. I want you to think. What letter says Z? C, right? But what if I have this word? If I have more than one bug, it would be bug, bugs. When we have that suffix S, what can that S sometimes sound like? It can sound like a Z. So, my second grade Smarties, good learners know the different ways to spell words. There are so many rules when we are reading and writing, right? But good learners know the different way to use different spellings when writing. So just like suffix S can sound like Z, sometimes in words with a vowel consonant E, if we hear a Z between two vowels, it can sometimes be a Z and it can sometimes be an S. So if I don't know this word, if I don't know how to spell the word nose the correct way, let's say I put that Z right there. Now I can still tap out the word nose, right? N-O-Z, nose. But let's say I'm looking at that word and it just doesn't look right. I can go to a dictionary, and you guys could look up an online dictionary. So, for example, I could go to dictionary for kids, and I have a free online dictionary. And let's say I want to look up the word nose. I don't see anything for the word nose with a Z, but I know that sometimes S can sound like a Z. So I'm going to try to replace the S with the Z with an S. Nose. Now it brings up a definition. And let's listen to what it says.
Nose.
Nose. So if you look at the way that it sounds like N-O-Z, right? But the correct way to spell it is N-O-S-E. We have that busy, bossy E telling the O what to do. And remember, a nose is the part of the face on people that helps someone breathe and smell. So nose is spelled N-O-S-E. And let's say that maybe we've forgotten this rule, and I say nose. That doesn't sound right. I can use my knowledge, the information stored in my brain about that suffix S saying z, and I can add that z and see if it works better. N-O-Z, nose. Let's look at another example of that. Rose. Rose. Let's tap that out. O-Z, rose. What says R. What says O? O. What says Z? Z or S? I am going to put a blank tile there because I'm going to test out to see which one works better. And in rose, what's going to make the O say its name? That busy, bossy E. All right, smarties. So in rose, think about the flower rose. So maybe you've seen the word flower spelled. If I am spelling the word rose, I know that Z can sound like Z says Z, but S can also sound like Z. So I can put a Z in here. I can look at it. It says rose, but does that look correct? Let me try it out with an S. Rose. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check to make sure I spelled that correctly. So I'm going to type in the word rose and rose, and look what it brought up. It brought up a picture of a rose. So we would spell rose R-O-S-E, R-O-Z, rose. Let's look at another one. I'm going to sound out the word maze. What's the word? Maze. Elbows up. A-Z, maze. What says M? What says A? A. What says Z? Z or S. So I'm going to put a blank tile here. And what's going to make that A say its name? That busy, bossy E. All right, so in maze, that third sound is a Z or an S. So I'm going to start by putting in the Z, maze. So think of like a corn maze. Looking at the word maze, does it look right, or should I try to put an S instead? I think that looks correct. So I'm actually going to spell out corn maze. And look, M-A-Z-E, maze. If we put an S right there, we could still sound it out. That is a different way to spell it, but it is not the correct way to spell it. Let's do a different word. Ooh, you guys probably know this word, part of this word, from a very popular movie. Froze. What's the word? Froze. Let's tap it out. Sorry. O, Z, froze. What says F? What says R? What says O? O? What says Z? Z or S? So I'm going to put a blank tile right there. And what is going to make that O say its name? The busy, bossy E. Now, froze kind of reminds me of the movie Frozen. Think about your knowledge of the word frozen. What Z letter, S or Z, is going to go in this blank tile? What do you think? Let's put a Z first. Froze. Okay, so I tried out the Z. Let me try out the S. Froze. I can go look up in a dictionary to find the correct spelling. So frozen. Well, what if I put an S? There's froze. I think froze is spelled with a Z. So froze is F-R-O-Z-E. Froze. All right, Smarties, here is what you are going to do. I need you to get your whiteboard and marker, and we are going to practice building words that has that Z sound. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video if you need to. Get that whiteboard and marker, and we will practice some words with that Z sound between the vowel and E. All right, so the first word I want you to spell is hose. What's the word? Hose. O-Z. Hose. And you can leave a space if you are kind of struggling to figure out which letter should go there. Hose. If I'm talking about a garden hose, I would put an S. Hose. If I put a Z there, I could still read it correctly, but the correct spelling of hose is H-O-S-E. All right, let's do another example. Let's do the word rise. What's the word? Rise. Let's tap it out. I-Z. Rise. So, what says What says I? What says Z? And what is going to make that I say its name? So rise. Which letter is going to make the most sense? If I rise in the morning, would a Z make sense? Or an S make sense? Like sunrise. That S makes sense. And sometimes, friends, if you look at the word, your brain is super special because it can take that prior knowledge that has seen different words with that Z sound, and it'll help you out. Let's do another one. Can you think of a word that has that Z sound? Ooh, let's do pays. No, let's not do this. Miss Mason's thinking. All right, Smarties, I got my words. Sometimes teachers need time to think too. That is okay. All right, what about the word use? That's a trick word, use. What makes that U say its name? Busy, bossy, E. Use is a trick word. We have learned that these are words that we just need to know. So in the word use, it has that S because that S sounds like a Z. Use. Here's the next word I want you to build. Pose. What's the word? Pose. Let's tap it. P-O-Z. Pose. What says P? What says O? We're going to leave a space for Z. And what is going to make that O say its name? Pose. In the word pose, I can put a Z. To me, that doesn't look right because I'm thinking of strike a pose. So that means to freeze. And I know there's a Go Noodle video that talks about poses. So, what do you think? Does P-O-S-E look better? I agree. Let's tap out pose again. P-O-Z, pose. And here's a really good one. It makes me think of a pizza place. And the word is blaze. What's the word? Blaze. Let's tap it. B-L-A-Z, blaze. B-L-A-Z, blaze. And maybe you've seen this restaurant too, Blaze Pizza. So I'm using my prior knowledge. And I know that Z is going to be the correct letter that is making that Z sound in blaze. All right, and just to test our knowledge, I am wanting us to spell a couple trick words. I want you to spell the word house. What's the word? House. Let's write it on our table first. Let your mouth be the boss. H-O-U-S-E, house. Now spell it on your board. H-O-U-S-E, house. What was that trick word? House. And let us write only. What's the word? Only. O-N-L-Y, only. Let your mouth be the boss. O-N-L-Y, only. And let's read the words that we have on our board. What was our first word? Hose, rise, use. What did the S say in all those words? Z. What is this word? Pose and blaze. And our trick words were house and only. All right, Smarties, as always, keep that growth mindset. Good learners do hard things. Find some words that you can spell that have that vowel consonant E with a Z in between and practice replacing a Z with an S or an S with a Z. Think about which one makes the most sense. All right, Smarties, I will see you very soon with another lesson, and happy learning.